Hello once again, audience. Today I'll be sharing with you the basics of paintball. I'll be showing you two websites that are great for getting your gear. For those of you who don't have gear and just starting out, don't have to worry about that. People like you start and they have to get their gear on their own. I'll also be sharing with you bunker names and what they look like and some of the terminology of the field, and then we'll be running outside and I'll be showing you how to shoot and other things of that sort. So, to the websites where you can get most of your gear, we have A&S Gear, which is one of the main websites where you can buy all your stuff new. So you can just look through these little drop down boxes here and it goes from, your clothes, your pods, your masks, all of the things you need. But if you don't want to buy it new because it can be kind of expensive, Buy Sell Trade on Facebook is an organization where all the paintball people across the United States put up their things for sale. If they're either getting in the game, they're getting out, they want to get something new, they come to Buy Sell Trade. And this is where you can hook up all of your things. You can get them cheaper. They will be used but still in good condition, but you don't have to worry about, the top of the line price. Alright, so once you get your gear set up, I would like to talk to you about some of the bunkers on the field, because some people have never seen a setup this way. This is the PSP version, and there's other versions of paintball, but today, and what I'll be sharing with you, is speedball. So in this picture here, there are a couple bunkers that I'd like to share with you. These right here are called little temples, or they come in a different version, kind of, and we call them cobras. And then over here you have a small can, a large can, and then this pyramid over here is a Dorito. And then also this long stretch here is called the snake. And so normally a 5-man group plays on the field, and so you'll have 2 runners that go to the outside and then 3 that push the middle. It depends on what you like to do and how you want to do it. Depends on which player you want to be. Alright, so once you get that out of the way, and you want to get a gun, because another gun is a big part of the game. This is called a spool valve gun, which means the bolt and all of its externals are on the inside. So it is more efficient for air-wise. Some people like spool valves, and then some people like poppet valves, which a poppet valve, the bolt is on the outside and you can see it move. And that's what I have, and what I'll be showing with you today is a poppet. So once you figure out, if you want a spool valve or a poppet, then you can go to guns and you can pick from which company you want, and they have different versions. They have spool valves and poppet valves. Each brand sells both versions. It's just preference to player with what you want the most. So next I'll be showing you the gear. So we'll be going outside. Alrighty, for the gear that you will need, some of it isn't a necessity, but some of it you will need. You have your paintball pants and jersey. These are the pants that I have, and the reason that you'd want to get the paintball clothing is they come with extra padding in certain areas on your knees and elbows, so when you slide on the turf field, it doesn't cause too much of a disturbance on your joints. And like I said, they do have padding and things of that sort, so when you get hit with the paintballs, it doesn't hurt as bad. Those aren't necessarily needed. I've seen people play in jeans and t-shirts, but it's just up to you, and if you want to spend the extra cash to get the clothes. One thing you will need is a pod pack. Now, a pod pack holds your pods, and this is what a pod looks like. This is what holds your extra paint. Now, you will need a pod pack and a couple of pods, because in speedball, you run through paint quite often. You'll shoot about a hopper full, and this is pretty much a hopper full. So I'll be putting the hopper on my gun, dumping the pod into my hopper, and that's how you get your paint replenished. Now, another thing that you will need is a gun. And like I said before, on the poppet valve, that is the version I have. Most guns that you will buy will be divided into your barrel section and then the gun itself. So once you figure out what you want, poppet and spool valves always have the barrel separation. So once you get your gun and your pod packs, and once you get out to the field, you'll get dressed, put on everything you need. You can buy cleats for turf fields. It is optional, but you don't have to. Cleats just help with traction and things like that, so you don't slide outside the bunker and get shot. Alright? Pause it. Alright, so when it comes to your gun, certain things that you're going to need for your gun, you're going to need an air tank. And most of these guns run compressed air instead of CO2, because CO2 eats your O-rings and then it causes leaks in your gun and inefficient with your air tank. So you're going to need to get an air tank and a rotor. Now once you have these, I'll show you how to put them together. My barrel was divided. All you have to do is slip it together, screw it in, and then you take your whole barrel and slip it into your gun port and go ahead and screw it in. Alright, and then once you have that, what you're going to want to move on to next is going to be your air tank. And on most guns, they have this ANS pop valve right here that you want to make sure it's de-gauged before you screw in your air tank. So you'll get your air tank, make sure your ANS is open, because if it's not open and you try to screw in your tank, it is going to shoot off your gun like a rocket. I've seen it before. You don't want that to happen. Alright, so once you get it in there, make sure it's nice and tight, and then you'll throw in your ANS down, and now the gun's aired up. Next, you're going to want to fit your rotor on. Make sure it's clasped shut. You don't want it falling off in a game. Alright, and then you're going to want to turn your gun on. Now, the way the Eclipse from Planet Eclipse works is it has these power button right here, and so you'll just hold it until you hear that sound and your little dashboard will light up. That means your gun is ready to go. And then after that, you're going to want to put paint in your pod, and take that pod and throw it into your popper. Alright, now once you have that, you can test your gun a little.
Check for a jam in your hopper.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
There you go. It's good now.
Well, no, still.
Shit, that's still the fuck out of it. Oh, God.
So once you have your clothes on, obviously I don't. Once you have your pod pack on, I'll show you how that fits here in a minute. You have your gun fully assembled. The next thing you're going to need to buy, there is nothing around it, is a helmet or mask. Now there are different brands. It's just what you like and what you're willing to spend on one. So once you get that, you're going to have to get one. So after that, we have a target set up downrange. That's Bob. We like Bob. And then this is going to be our bunker. I don't have any PSP bunkers. They are kind of expensive, so this is just going to have to do today. I'm also going to show you different ways to shoot out of a bunker, because sometimes you have tall cans and then you have short cans, and I'll show you the different shooting methods it's best to shoot depending on which bunker you come to. So this bunker, we're going to act like it's a tall can. I'll get down on my knees and show you what it looks like from a tall standpoint. And so let's say my head doesn't go above the bunker. You're going to want to do a roll shot, which is you just lean your upper body, and you want to keep the rest of your lower body behind the bunker. You want to make the smallest target as possible for the opponents to shoot you, so it's harder for them to get you out. So you're going to want to kind of just roll and kind of just keep the rest of your body. The only thing that's going to be showing is my shoulders, my mask, and my gun. Because if you stay way out here, they're going to have more of a target to hit. Alright, so this is called the roll shot, where you just kind of roll your upper torso out this way. The next would be, if this is a smaller can, you're going to want to do a lean shot, which is you're going to kind of hunker down behind it, and you're just going to kind of poke out, kind of like a roll, but your body's going to look a little different. And so you just kind of stick out and shoot down range that way. Alright, now that I have my pod pack on, some of you are probably noticing that it is upside down. That is the way you want it, because when you grab a pod, you want to come out, open the pod, and dump it into your tank. So there is a reason it is upside down. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It goes around the waist. All your pods are in the back. So if you shoot right-handed, so if you'll be shooting from your right hand, you kind of want your pods on your left side, so it'll be easier to grab, because it's kind of hard to grab a pod that's way over here on the other side. And if you're left-handed, vice versa, you're going to want all your pods on your right side. I'm not a left-handed shooter, so that's why all my pods are on the right. And also in paintball, you need to be ambidextrous. You need to be able to shoot left or right-handed. Because if you come up to a bunker and you're on the right side of the field, you're going to want to be able to swivel out and shoot from this side, and then be able to switch back and shoot from the right side. And so when you're going up to a bunker, let's say you're going, and you're out of paint, go ahead and grab one of your pods from your back, flip it open, give it a shake, dump it in, and and then you'll keep going. And you will be spilling paint a lot, but that isn't a big concern really, because you're just trying to get it in and send more downrange. You don't want to have to, you know, make sure every single paintball gets in, because it is a very fast-paced game. Most games only last 2 minutes, and so you want to make sure, you know, you're throwing as much paint as you can downrange. And another thing to check for when you have a speedball gun is balls per second. They have a setting on the gun, so my gun's set for, if I pull the trigger within a second, pull it 3 times within a second, it'll start shooting 12 balls per second. So you can notice how it ramps up, so to speak, and shoots more downrange. That is something you will need on a PSP, because once that buzzer goes and the game starts, everyone's going to be shooting 12 balls per second. So it's a really big deal, and you'll be spraying a lot. Don't feel bad about wasting paint. You'll be shooting tons of paint, and so you just kind of, when the buzzer goes, you'll be going, and you'll just be going from bunker to bunker, progressing up the field. So don't worry about how much paint I'm shooting. You know, don't worry about conserving paint at all. Alright, so today I have one of my paintball buddies that's going to help me shoot, and he's going to show you guys kind of how to, when the game begins, kind of what it all looks like when you put it all together and when you hit the first bunker. Alright, so game starts in 5, 2, beep! And see how he shoots. He goes left, and then he'll come up on top, and he'll go right, and he's just sending everything down range, making sure that he's hitting his target accurately, and then he'll be progressing to a different bunker. And so that is the main thing that you need to worry about, is when you do come up to a bunker, you want to get into your bunker safely before you pop out and start shooting. You want to make sure that you're in cover before you start popping out and shooting and things of that sort.